Welcome, welcome. This is the tubadylan middle of the night live stream. Welcome to my studio space. There is no plan for this video, hour, or minute. We're just glad you're here in it. So stay tuned. Sad night for me tonight, because this mixer, this studio live PreSonus 24-track mixer is gone. We had some rough weather here in the south. And even though I have my house protected at the electric box level, sometimes the power goes on and off because we're in the middle of the forest. And this time, the power to this mixer this one down here went out for good. Kaput. Kaput. There goes my mixer. My mixer blew up. And that is the beginning of this show. Welcome to my studio. No one on the planet, be it tuba or otherwise, has 10 4K cameras hooked up to a studio that sometimes works. Think about it, folks. And also has tubas. Welcome to the tubadylan live video experience. We just got the incredible notification that we have 3 viewers tonight. Fantastic. Thanks for watching. That's what 10,000 in advertising will get you these days. Oh, so echoey. Are you watching? Are you people watching me? Attention, your other computer has gone into screensaver mode. this is amazing to you, give this video a like. Rest in peace, great mixer. We must find another. That is our mission. We overloaded it. Gave it too much juice. We have to find a new one that can take the juice. Can it take it? How's it going, folks? Welcome. This is a live video. Probably tell. This is what we broke today. Broke like yesterday. Oh, what a bummer. No holes barred here. This is a Sony A7 III camera. This is an iPhone. Do I look like I'm getting senile on the iPhone? I can still look hip on this one. My mixer broke. So sad. we got some chat here. This is great. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, you can see it there. That's your chat right there. Got a chat cam. Check this out. Checking out your chat here. Peeps. Oh, yo, tuba friends. This is the way. There actually is something called the way. It's in the Bible. Look it up. Well, thank you for visiting my stream. Blissful logging. Thank you very much. May the t-shirts be with you, sir. Well, I do not sell t-shirts, but I see cool ones and I buy them. I should sell them. These videos are so popular. The billions of views I get, well, millions. I get billions on the weekends. I could sell at least 4 t-shirts from that. Yeah, I'd be doing it all day. I would too if I could. That's great. Hey, well, hey, we'll see. Ah, Adam, far out, man. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, so I thought I'd come on tonight because I was checking this weird tuba station that I use. And I was going to fire it up. Well, I fired it up and the mixer was dead. So I'll show you guys something. I've got this hooked up, so this should be good. Not turn this way. This is going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm going to rewire this. I have to figure out what to do here. But this mixer was controlling all of my inputs that go to this looper. That's, I would say, the main feed to my nutty music mix that can go into Logic. I'm not dead in the water because I can rewire up to 4 mics to my Focusrite Claret that's right here. It's not a terrible situation, really. But I like the way it's set up right now. I think I gotta buy a replacement and just like literally just stick it in there, bam, and move the wires correspondingly and hope it works. I'll probably expand it just like I did last time. But yeah, these are all hooked up to different various things. My favorite microphones are hooked into real acoustic preamplifiers, like the PreSonus, what is it, Focusrite ISA1. One of my favorites, that's my mouse goes in there. And then I have two more preamps down here, tube ones that go to these condenser mics, different ones that are up here. Ribbon mic. I've got them hidden all the way. They can all be brought into play at different times for different situations. These are all microphones. Not kidding. Even down here. Oh, I broke my gimbal. Hold on. Probably the sound effect. Okay, here, there it is. Okay. What a mess. Get a behind the scenes tour tonight, folks. So I brought my iPhone in here. Ooh, oh, look at that. Oh, so messy. But tubas are so great. Look at that. Oh, it's freaking out again. There we go. It's a romantic moment for my tuba viewers, which is pretty much everyone. Oh, enjoy that. They're so fun. Relax. Look at that tuba. What a strange person. Dude, you've got a scholarship to go Where next year? Let's see. I have to read up now. Oh, IET. Nice. Totally went off screen to drink water. That's cool. Way to go. That's cool, Adam. Well, welcome to my live stream. There's not much going on tonight. But I did figure a few more things out about this studio. So I'm glad for that. This isn't my shot. Oh, don't like it. Really handy thing though, the smartphone. Sony does a good job though. Just can't tell colors. I'm so bad with the colors. That's why I got into music, you know? Ooh, you hear that? That's radio interference. I don't like that. So that's my old Sennheiser radio mic. This thing. Oh, sorry about that. It's like, how could that be out here in the middle of nowhere? But it still is sometimes. I got a new microphone to try. I should try that. Yeah, Adam, if I were you, man, I'd go like full hardcore into YouTube, social media. Play that tuba, like show people what you can do. I mean, if you're stuck at home for any amount of time and can't go to school. Oh, look at that. Scott Terabor. Nice. It's a stressful time, I'll tell you what. I totally agree with you guys. I mean, in all the decisions we make right now, you never know what's going to happen next week. Next week, much less next year. Let me see here. I'm going to have a camera for the chat. See if I can find it. You can watch me find it. Got everything hooked up tonight except for my mixer and all my microphones. Those are not working. Yeah, there we go. Turn over here. Hopefully it's in focus, or sort of in focus. This is not on autofocus. That camera sucks at autofocus. Excuse my language. I'm gonna switch headphones. That should be better. So guys, like, I don't know. You look at the state of the world right now and what's going on, and I don't think, frankly, there will never be another time where musicians will make so much money and be able to make such a great living and accumulate wealth. And I don't want to disappoint those of you like who are younger, who haven't yet been able to do that with your talents, because you have more talents than anyone from my generation. I see it from generation to generation. The younger generations, each one has twice as much as the generation before, and you can't even believe it. You just can't even believe it. And it's out there like on YouTube or wherever you look on social media. You see somebody who's like way better than you and doing like way more amazing things than you could ever do. And I don't mean that to say that any of you can't do those things, but you can do those things and you'll still see things that you want to do that people are way better at. And these days for music, like, oh man, what's going on? You can't publicly perform. I mean, it's such a different place, such a different time. It's getting so strange for these musicians to be going out there trying to wear masks and sit away from each other. Now that might change with the vaccine and people might get back together to some extent, but I think things are going to be different. The whole film industry changed dramatically when Warner Brothers decided to stop doing theatrical releases for what they are. That's going to change a lot of things. Music and movies both. It's both together. Ride of the Valkyries, the one on the staircase, Adam? I bet it was the one on the staircase. So, that's so cool. Do you remember me being, yeah, it's got to be, because that's the only one I think I've got on there of Ride of the Valkyries. I'm on the staircase with my York brother. Sweet, dude. Yeah, so that Ride of the Valkyries video, so that staircase, if you want to, you can actually look this up on Google Maps if you want to know where it is. So it's 3773. I don't have any place. Oh, quiet, Siri. 3773 Overland Avenue in Los Angeles. And it's right on the corner of Venice and Overland, Venice Boulevard and Overland in LA. And I lived in the most unusual apartment you could ever imagine for several years because I was a weird musician composer dude. And so I had my apartment and my music studio on top of a plumbing building in the middle of one of the biggest, most busiest intersections in LA. I mean, Venice Boulevard goes all the way to Venice Beach, and it's 6 lanes each way plus 2 parking lanes. It's like super big. And then Overland is 4 lanes plus 2 parking lanes. And, you know, the old MGM studio where they filmed Wizard of Oz and stuff like that is like right up the road, like a 2-minute walk from my place. And so like one of the best sound stages you can imagine in there. And it's like one of the old time scoring stages, the old MGM scoring stage, which is the Sony scoring stage now. Amazing talent in the world right now. Creativity will not stop because traditional model for making money. Yeah, I mean money, dude. Yeah, money's not where it's at. I'll just be a hippie. Make love, not money. It's not going to do it for you. Hey, crazy Hawaiian. Welcome to the crazy tubadylan chat. Middle of the night, like super, super late, but that's cool. I've had an enjoyable weekend for what it is. For someone who's stuck at home. But I do have a lovely family and enjoy most of my time with them. despite my kids like at each other's throat constantly, just like my brother and I. Everybody has to remind me of your names and like, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, money's the survival tax. Well, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. We were talking about Hawaii today, me and the family. I've been to Hawaii several times. Brought my family there just once. I mean, my wife and kids, but I'd been there other times earlier in my life. And yeah, I mean, one of my friends said it's like paradise. Yeah, oh my, no. I think, do you think IET is going to be virtual again whenever it comes up? I guess it probably will be. If you can go in person, it'll also be virtual because, you know, yeah. That makes sense. I had fun at IET. I'll tell you, the tuba is such a great instrument. Like, you guys feel like you can hug the thing you're making sound on. I'm sure you've heard that before or talked to your friends about it. I mean, like you hold the brass instrument in like a hugging way. And I play a bunch of instruments and I'm probably not good on any of them, but I humor myself on them mostly. And none of them feel so good like the tuba does. The tuba just feels so good. I don't think it's just because I became a tuba player and that it like, yeah. The majority of gigs that I ever got was playing, as far as a musician, was playing the tuba, not the trombone or the trumpet or other things I played. It was always the tuba. Yeah, Sousaphone hugs you. That's right. That's pretty awesome. It does. That it does. The Sousaphone hugs you. Yeah, I found tuba players. I haven't. I had competition with some tuba players when I was back in that day where I actually thought I wanted to play tuba for a living and thought that was the way to go. And most of them were pretty cool fellas. Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Like, I've got this mixer here. It wasn't the most expensive thing ever. I put a lot of effort into building it up. The only problem about getting one that's bigger or different is that I've got it on that stand in such a perfect way. I mean, like, would you go bigger on a mixer if you were me and you, like, I don't think I'm going to build up this studio much more because I actually think it'll end up getting smaller as time goes by. What Apple's doing and all that, like a lot of my studio here, in some ways I knew it was obsolete while I was building it, and that was years ago. So now, like, I almost think I should downsize. With that mixer breaking, like, find some other way. I can't fire it up, it's dead. Yeah, right now I'm going through a microphone directly into my Sony camera, which is this camera, bam, this camera right there. that's taking this wireless microphone through a little wireless preamp. And the mixer here, this is what brings in all my sounds. It blew out. Totally blew out. That was actually my iPhone playing that note. Weird. Weird. Didn't mean to do that. But some things are still going in there. But none of the acoustic mics are. Piece for tuba and electronics. Someone would buy it. Wow, that would be exciting. Yeah, I would probably not put it for sale, but that would be so fun to make. That's a good idea. Yeah. I have a bunch of weird music I recorded with tuba over the years. I just haven't released it. So, how did I get started playing the tuba? Well, I avoided the tuba at all costs. At all costs, I avoided playing the tuba. My dad was a cornet player, and he was apparently very good at it, which doesn't surprise me because he sings really well and has very good, if not perfect, pitch. But didn't pursue music other than strange fact that my dad was in the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo in their very first couple shows. If you've heard of Danny Elfman, the film composer, that was his band. And my dad was part of the band in the very beginning. That doesn't have a lot to do with me playing tuba, but he played cornet. So growing up, I had a cornet around that my dad, who loved music, wouldn't play. And once in a while, I would pick it up and play on it, whatever, you know. And that was my first experience with brass, was like messing around with it on my own, like even just figuring out how a cornet worked and trying to get the mouthpiece into it. Well, you asked about tuba, of course, but there's always there's a way that goes to tuba. Well, that's cool. Hey, good to see you, man. Aloha. Oh yeah, Adam, you told me everything about it. I mean, I think it's super incredible that you've got the left-hand tuba. I mean, your French horn player does not, you can't hug your instrument. Like, Adam knows what it's about. He's like, I want to play the bass, dude. So you did it. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing ever. I think that's part of your appeal as a musician, Adam. And I think just the fact that you've overcome that and that you love that instrument and that you play it well. And the tuba sounds so awesome. Yeah, like if I didn't have this weird life where I stay at home and I do what I do, like if I was still thinking about making movies and docs, dude, I'd love to see your story go up on YouTube and have you talk all about it and just go for it. I think there's a lot to be said for social media these days for you guys. So as far as going to like normal education and think you're going to get a symphony job and whatnot, I would never go that route. I mean, I wouldn't have gone that route 20 years ago, but now especially now. Especially now. Like, take your talent to wherever it leads you, man. Like, it doesn't have to be where they're going to tell you in school. Like, you don't have to learn this or that or that or this. You might very well be able to find your niche right now. I say go for it if you can. If you can, you know. I can't say enough about playing the tuba. I mean, unless you really play it, you don't quite understand it. I've played all kinds of instruments. I've played instruments on stage in rock bands. I've played bass and guitar, you know, sung lead vocals and everything else. But there's something about just blowing out loud bass notes that just like vibrates your body in a wonderful way. It sounds crazy, but whatever. That's why I love it. I absolutely love it. Do you have any experience with marching tubas? I'm looking to get one. Yeah, you know, my experience with marching tubas, I didn't get into my whole story about how I play the tuba, but it kind of goes along with it a little bit. I avoided playing the tuba at all costs. So, and one of the reasons was because my cousin, my mom's first cousin, so this was like my cousin that was peers with my parents, you know, he was a professional tuba player and a student of Tommy Johnson's, just like I ended up being a student of Tommy Johnson's. And he was an LA tuba player. And I'm like, I didn't want to play the tuba. Like, Lester already played the tuba. And I messed around on trumpet, and then I played trombone. And guess what? I was like a huge, I mean, ginormous person, like fat and strong and big and muscular. The tuba was the perfect instrument for me when I was going into junior high, but I didn't want to play it because I didn't think that girls would be into that, you know? Definitely do that. I wanted to always be an orchestra player. This pandemic made me do jazz and other solo routes. To definitely share my story. You do, and play jazz, and I think the technology's almost there for people to be able to perform live online together. Some people are trying it. I don't know if it's totally working that great, but I think that there's some amount of success with it. So I'm not saying that's the future of music. I don't really know what the future of music is, but I mean, you'd almost be better off yeah, there's no say. The future of music being a money-making endeavor, I've never even looked at it that way. I'll tell you, like in the gigs that I've done for music, that's probably never paid for my lot in life. I've been given a lot of great blessings and paid for my lot by a lot of hard work as well. Both, and those come together. But I don't know. I never made it from music, but I knew I wouldn't, even though I thought that I could at one point, if that makes any sense. I didn't want to. Yeah, I mean, everybody has to share their story. So yeah, I'm sharing you my, how did I play tuba, you asked. I still have 2 people watching, so it's worth it for right now. So junior high came around, and I went into band and played trombone. And it was pretty easy, and I was good at it. I already learned how to play the cornet growing up by myself, just on my own. So playing the trombone, yeah, even the high notes and everything, it was easy for me. And then the tuba player in the 8th grade band. So 7th grade's beginning instruments, and I picked trombone and picked up trombone. And then I made it into the band. And the tuba, there was one tuba player. He played a big E-flat Reynolds front-facing, super tarnished, like 1954 tuba. And this was in 1988. So, be it as you will, 1954 tuba and 1988 is what we were playing on. But this guy, Gus, played tuba in that band. He was pretty good. He was a pretty good player. Palms Junior High. It's in the middle of Los Angeles. You can look it up. He got busted. What I heard was that he was selling pot. Stick with it and see what it takes me. It's got me all over the world, so I'm going to just do what it just can't no more. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Try to fulfill your dreams. There's not, we don't know. So I kind of have lived life on a day-to-day basis. That sounds kind of crazy to a lot of people, but you don't know what's going to happen to you now and in the future, tomorrow, anytime. So, I don't know. I praise and thank God every day that I'm alive and that I have any kind of opportunities to do anything. And a lot of the opportunities I've had in my life have failed. And several of the opportunities I've had in my life have gone completely the opposite of what I would have wanted and turned out to be good things. I mean, I don't want to preach to you guys, but I believe that life is not a physical thing as much as it is a spiritual thing. That our time here is limited in a way that it's influencing more than we could ever understand the rest of our time after we leave here. Yeah, negative stereotypes playing tuba, and you're asking a big fat guy? Yeah, of course. That's why I didn't want to play tuba. So I'm getting back to my story. How did I play tuba? So Gus played the tuba. I played second trombone because I was the new guy, and there was a pretty good trombone player named Ivan Hemmens, who's still a friend of mine today. Check out his YouTube channel. He does tech reviews or whatever. Ivan Hemmens. I think it's Ask Ivan is the YouTube channel. So I was a fat junior high kid who didn't want to play tuba because I wanted to get chicks. I'm like, if you're a fat tuba kid, you're not going to get chicks. I can't do it because I'm stability and not big enough. A lot of bullying in my life. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of bullying in your life, Adam. You know what's crazy, Adam? Like, you might be a smaller guy, have a disability. Dude, like, I mean, I was a big guy and I had no disability. I was stronger than everyone in my junior high, in my high school. You know, I was fit. Like, I'm not now because I've had major injuries and disappointments. I'm still alive, you know, but there was a time when I could do anything. Like, you didn't have to put up with what you did. But people still bullied the crap out of me. Now, I'm not saying that whatever you get is like any different than mine. I mean, everybody has their own thing, you know. But people weren't really cool to me growing up, and it sucks. People are pretty bad, especially when you're a kid. Like, they're all just competing and trying to one-up everybody else. I was the same way. Yeah, tuba was a way for me to escape too, dude. I went to the band room during lunch Because like my schools were full of gangs, man. I went to inner city LA schools, guys. Like Hamilton High School Academy of Music. Now that's a good school for music, especially when I was there. And I was blessed to go there, but that's like around where I lived. That's where I would have gone anyway. And that was a tough school. And even though I went to Palms Junior High and I went, you know, that was a special magnet program that I got into too. That was a rough school. There were a lot of gangs there. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, the bigger you are, the easier it is to play tuba. Like, I'm a big dude. It helps a lot. So you guys who are even a little smaller than me, like, huh, man, when I'm like carrying my horns around and stuff, like, oh, I'm like, oh, this is heavy, dude. This is big. This is serious. For me, the biggest moment, so when I was at UCLA, I had some amount of success, but I also felt like I wanted to do more in the live jazz thing. And at that time in LA, I wasn't getting, I guess, enough stuff that I really wanted when it comes to that. Why is it echoing back? Is it? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing something out of some other headphones down here, but it's fine. Love pedals. Yeah, Bill Pritchard's got a like pretty awesome setup with pedals and everything else. Yeah, he had a live show that was like actually paying him before the pandemic. Bill Pritchard, give him some love on Facebook. He's an awesome guy. There was a band. So back when I was playing out, I used to play weird gigs. Like I used to play with old Motown guys, like live bass gigs, but like I'd play the tuba instead of the bass. Yeah, Bill is really cool. And he was actually like getting gig money as a solo group in Atlanta before all this pandemic. And I'm sure like all that slowed down or completely stopped because of that. But hopefully he's teaching, like a lot of people can pick up teaching and that sort of thing. You know. Yeah, check out Bill Pritchard. There's probably some videos on YouTube and Facebook. He does like stuff like that. Now that's like my ultimate dream for this crazy studio. Like I don't do it enough. I've got a couple live streams where I screwed around with some of my loopers and stuff. But I just don't have time. Like, you guys, I'll show you something, guys. So most of you all see this. This is my tuba live stream studio. Let's see if I can get this phone back working again. Hold on a second. Let's see here. You can't see my, you're not going to be able to see my password if I do it this way. Face ID. Come on, do the Face ID thing, guy. It wants to see me like sideways or something. Hold on. Let's do this. So I'll show you guys real quick because, okay, if I turn it this way, okay, it'll open up. Let me see if I can bring this phone back up. I'll show you guys something. Show you the like real bread and butter of this studio here. Let's go, and you go here, bring this up here. There we go. Let's see. If I can get this to work. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I think you can still hear me. This is my little tour for my 4 concurrent viewers. But I'll give you this tour. So this is my main workstation. This is like where I actually make my living, just so you can see it. It's not really fired up right now, but that's fine. That's fine. But it's a scoring station, but mostly I do like what they call music supervision, which is editing putting music in, you could say commercials, infomercials, also voiceover. So I can pull this microphone. I've got a really awesome condenser mic that I like here. I can just pull this around and I can sit here and read script on any of my main, I usually read script on this screen right here and just bring this microphone around and do voiceovers. This camera's hooked up to the setup you're seeing now. I just don't have it really hooked up to that right now. These are my focal monitoring speakers. They are super, super sweet, awesome. And they've got a dissipating bass resonator up at the top. Okay. And I've got them perfectly situated to be like here. So when I'm sitting here, I'm showing you here on my iPhone, but when I'm sitting here at my station and I'm mixing, scoring or mixing a score, I really get a nice mix. So like everything that I deliver via TV and all that, I can probably just flip this around. See, like you'll see me again. Oh, there I am. This is the other side of it. Anyway, it's a really good mix in here because I've designed this room to be very dead and not have a lot of slapback. So when I play through those speakers, especially up here, I can get a super fine, defined, pure mix, and that really works well. So like this is my main station for music. This station's got quite a lot of power to it. So I've got, this station probably has, I'll say right now it's set up with somewhere close to 50 terabytes of storage. That's your Mac Pro trash can. Now I've got two of these working Mac Pro trash cans in the studio here. I hold out as long as I can on technology, but I bought two of these were the top of the line when I bought them. They were over 10 grand a piece. And they've got 64 gigs and 12 core processors and 6 terabytes of video RAM. And that was all back in 2013. So still doing well. There's another drive array. And so over here I have another video editing array. Now this one I'll use just for mostly video editing when I just have to have two systems fired up. So this one's not even turned on here, but this will plug into any of my Mac Pro laptops. I have several. I can just plug them in down here, and I have this huge 38 screen monitor that will be hooked up to whatever Mac Pro I hook up here, and I've got really nice event speakers here too. So if I have to mix here, I've got very nice monitor speakers here too. And sometimes I do, because here I've got working like another 90 terabytes, even more storage down here. You can't really see it. If I turn on the house lights, you might see it. But look here, these are all drive arrays. Boom, there's like stacks of them, stacks and stacks of them. Look at that, stacks of them. I don't know if the music's still going, you can hear me or what, but, and there's more back there too. And there's more up there on the desk back here. See that? Those are all stacks of drive arrays, like, 8 and 8 and 8 and 8 and 8 drives, all rated in mostly RAID 10. That a lot of my video work goes through. If I have to do video work or video encoding, these are just wacky wires that I use for different things. Okay. But that's where I do most of my work, not where you see me in my live stream or whatever you're seeing me right now. This is the back of it. This is crazy, see? Welcome. This is the first tour I've ever given of the back of the studio here. Here's the slider cam. I don't know if it's still moving. Yeah, it's still moving. Look at that thing. It's a little robot. It just keeps moving. The wide shot. It goes through like there's like a crystal ball down here. It goes through. Pretty weird. And back here, I've just got several iPads, different types of microphones. This is a really cool painting that's like super old. From Germany, sometime before the Holocaust, I think, of just some dude in his basement playing an old tuba. It's an actual original painting. Thought it was so cool. So let's think of He's Like Me. That's kind of what this room is. It's like me in my basement playing the tuba mostly. See that dude? Yeah. I've got another original painting that I've actually seen a lot of places when you search for tuba images. That's an original too. Here, I'll show you that. Just because you're asking about tubas. Here, look at this. This guy too. This is original, but I've actually seen that. Like somebody makes like a t-shirt or postcard of that. But that's like the original right there of that image. The guy playing the Opelklide right there. This is the behind the scenes look here. Whoa, the tubadylan studios. Look at down in here. Oh, I'm taking you for the whole tour. Oh wow, like this is my favorite guitar. This is my first Guild guitar. The first song that sort of became a hit that I wrote, I won't even tell you what it is, but it was a song that was good for me. I think about re-releasing it too. Was on this guitar. Someday, I'll know. Someday. It's a secret. Anyway, some of my favorite trumpets. I've got several more trumpets all over the place, but that is a C piccolo trumpet. It's rare, custom made by Yamaha. A C piccolo, not a B flat A, but a C piccolo trumpet. And a few Carroll brass pocket trumpets in C. The Osmond Carumpet. That is a fantastic trumpet. Yamaha Zeno, a Lawler, a Miles Davis copy. That's a Taylor gold-plated C trumpet. This is my Monet Rajna. And that's an awesome trumpet. That's one of the original Rajnas with the actual mouthpiece receiver that can be switched out. Some of them are embedded in the Rajna. This one can be switched out and actually is a normal receiver. That's why I wanted that one. But that's a Monet. Wynton Marsalis plays one of those. And this is a Taylor Fat Boy flugelhorn. And some of my collection of guitars. I have lots of different guitars too. I'm a whack job. Some of the coolest I've ever seen in the world here. Blueberry guitars. And there's some more tubas up here, again from the ceiling. Look at that. See? Travel tuba. It's my Milo Weston B-flat euphonium, compensating euphonium right there. Oop. And there's the tubas down there, and the animal. Yeah. I'm about to shut down this live stream just because it's about time to go to the restroom, go to bed, and you know. Oh wow. It's freaking out. But yeah, this has been the tour. I showed you some of this. I don't usually do that, but this is cool. I got this iPhone hooked up. This is the main station now. This is where I work and spend most of my time. I don't usually see that on my videos. I don't always edit my videos that you see on YouTube here because I have several laptops and several more rooms here in my castle that I can edit videos on my laptops. But here's where the majority of the work I do happens. That's the whole studio here. Look at that. Apple makes the best processors, bar none. Okay, I'm coming back to sit down. That was my tour. I have no idea what you people were talking about all this time. I gave you this tour. So I'm going to just flip this back around and see what I see in the comments here. Hold on. This is exciting. Oh, that's not really working. Okay. I'm going to turn this thing off. I don't want to suck all my phone juice out of there. You never know when there's an emergency. Still working? I don't even know what's going on here. You guys still here? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out one or two things here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Still playing music. I'm still on there. All right. Nice. Let's see. That's different. That's not where I want to go, though. Now I'm backwards. I have 5 viewers. You saw the whole tour. Now, if you come to my house and try to steal my crap, I'll feed you. Just be kind. Okay, let me see. Where'd that keyboard go? Oh, look at all the comments. This is so cool. This is my live cam viewing camera. Don't know if it's in focus, hopefully. Or somewhat. I could come up closer and then I can see it better. Oh, that's good. Hold on. Let's see here. There's actually a monitor back there. Ooh, I'm going to go in and out of focus here. Let's deal with it. Let's see what happens when I flip this around. I wanted to see it. Oh, that's better. There's my big nog. How do I get in there? No, go this way. There we go. Hello. If I'm up really close, this one, I'm trying to manual focus it. Too far, right? No, not quite. Put that thing in the middle. Come on, GH4. There we go. Back a little bit. Look at the stubble. Nope, that's not going to work. Oh, there's the tubas. Try that. Or just do that. How's that? That's in focus. It's good. All right, die. All right, I'm catching up with the comments now. Pretty tall, skinny dude. Okay. Almost quit high school because of bullying. Yeah, playing the cello is cool. I agree. I agree. I gotta get these headphones off. I put on the wrong ones. Such a mess, people. You guys ever heard of the Three Stooges? Before the Three Stooges, there was a comic group called Tons of Fun. I don't know if you can find it online or not, but they made something like 35, 39, 40, nobody knows, comic shorts in the silent film era. And my great, what's it, my great? It's my great Uncle Bill was one of the three main stars of that film troupe. Tons of fun. Yeah, I like the Blue Yeti mic. Dude, those blue mics, the cheapest blue mics, sound really, really good. I'm not saying the Blue Yeti is a cheap mic, trust me. But the least expensive ones still sound absolutely fantastic. They really do. And that one has so many options. Like you've got cardioid, supercardioid, figure eight, and I think it has full surround sound in it. Like, well, just whatever they call it, a round sound. Yeah, need some cable management. Tell me about it. Oh, well, you're welcome, Adam. You're welcome for the tuba videos. I'm glad you enjoy them. It's very rare that many people would be watching anything and enjoying it. New Zealand, that's super awesome, Sergio. Oh, well, thanks for saying hello. I love it. What's that? I just saw a movie with Sam Neill where he's out in the forest with this little guy who's his foster kid. It's on, I'm just trying to think of the name. It's like hunting in somewhere in New Zealand. Fantastic movie. We enjoyed it quite a bit. I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit of news that I think is going to be interesting. Like we were talking about this earlier, if any of you are still listening. But regarding music careers, Malaysia. Oh, nice, Scott. That's a ways away. Yeah, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're like smack dab through the earth to you. Probably not quite, but yeah. Favorite Star Wars movie? My favorite Star Wars movie was, oh man, why can't, man, I don't really have favorites. Empire Strikes Back was really awesome. Three Stooges. I have a blue snowball. Yeah, the blue snowball. It's like those are just really good mics. In York, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. So I still have a good friend who lives in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'm sure you probably know where that is. Lovely place. I've visited there. He's a constitutional law professor at the Dickinson School of Law, University of Pennsylvania. Bob Rains. Pennsylvania continues to stay in the news with your election coverage. Good luck being the center of the news. I kind of like being out of and away from the news. I was right in the middle of LA when the LA riots happened. That was not a fun time to be in the news. It's only going to be way worse than that. Oh, yeah, my favorite Star Wars movie? I don't have favorites. I really like the recent movie where they went back and they all sacrificed themselves. You can remind me what that one was called, but that one was fantastic. That might be my favorite one, and I can't remember the name right now, just because it's so late. Oh yeah, look at that. You've been to Carlisle. Sweet. Yeah, it's kind of like a little town. It's near Harrisburg. When I was a kid, I went to the Hershey Museum, and I think they had a amusement park of some sort there. And I went on some chocolate chip roller coasters or something like that. No, not Rise of Skywalker. What's the one where they all just went and died to get the rebel plans? Come on, like you guys know. That was my favorite. Yes, Hershey Park. That's my favorite Star Wars movie. Exactly. Hershey Park. That was like Star Wars Episode 18, Attack of the Brown Melted Troopers. No, Hershey Park's not Star Wars at all. Don't take me seriously. That's it, Rogue One. That's my favorite. I guess I don't pick favorites, but that might be my favorite. Rogue One is super trooper awesome. Super Troopers also a good movie. I had to see Super Troopers, I think 2 or 3 times to start actually appreciating it. I think the first time I had no idea what was quite going on. I don't think I had the intellectual capability to understand the satire in it fully the first time. But that movie grows on me, Super Troopers. But Rogue One, that's the one. That could be my favorite one. I think that's my favorite, Star Wars. Fantastic. Rogue One, fantastic. I've enjoyed The Mandalorian. It's got some really cool filmmaking techniques because I know the budget on that is not quite what they would do for a normal Star Wars movie. So I've enjoyed that one. Oh, Delaware. Yeah, that's a little place too close to Washington, D.C. for me. But that's fine. I'll tell you guys, I grew up in Los Angeles, California. Like, hardcore. My family is in the film industry, everything. I'm so glad I'm not there. That was one thing, like, okay, so people who want to be musicians, that's the worst. LA is the worst place to grow up and want to be a musician because everyone who has success in every other city in the entire world moves to LA. I'm not kidding. Good student tuba under 5,000 in B flat. You can find a ton under 5,000 in B flat. Oh man, go with some of these clone tubas. I bet there's a Wessex 191 clone in B flat. It's probably pretty good. Look into Wessex. I mean, I'm not a shell for Wessex. I don't endorse or sell any tubas, by the way. I'm not, you know, I like making friends with some of the tuba companies, and they've sold me tubas for cost, just because they like my videos. But I don't have any relationship with the companies. But 5,000 can get you a very nice B-flat tuba. Yeah, I like Return of the Jedi. I was born in '74, so when I saw Return of the Jedi, it was pretty awesome. I'll say that. I mean, I was too young to see Star Wars in the theaters, but my parents went and saw it. My parents were hippies. They probably all went and saw, my parents probably went and saw Star Wars on some sort of psychedelic drug and or marijuana, most likely. Yeah, man. Should I be scared as a tuba player to try bass trombone? Mostly because I think I'll like it too much. Bass trombone is super cool. So over there, you can't see it right here, but I don't know, what angle are you guys on? Can you see it from? Let me see something here. You never know. It's worth a try. I'll throw this on here. Okay. So yeah, so I'm moving my finger. There you go. See that there? That's a bass trombone. It's a really sweet one, actually. There's a guy named Doug Yo, and he was the bass trombonist of the Boston Symphony for a number of years. And that is a I'm going to say a mid-90s custom Doug Yo Yamaha Zeno bass trombone. I was a bass trombone player quite a bit. So yeah, next to tuba, bass trombone was probably the biggest thing I played the most. And I like to play that bass trombone there with a Giddings & Webster Chirata tuba mouthpiece. It has a large shank receiver and will fit a smaller tuba mouthpiece. And man, I can really, really pop out lows and pedals on that particular horn. It's an awesome horn. It's modular. You can pull out, you can have it be a 2-valve dependent system, and you can also pull out 1 valve and have it just be a 1-valve F. I haven't done that because I like the 2 valves. 77, yeah, right on. Sardis is pretty great. Sardis is a fun little tune. So I don't know who said this. Somebody famous said it, that art is filling in space and music is filling in time. And I've always really enjoyed that quote. You could probably look that up on Google and find out who said that. It wasn't me. But music is truly awesome. Time is nothing that can be defined by anything other than as a measure of force and multitude, sort of by the dielectric and the magnetic. Ultimately, God created the universe in one large event, and from that great power, it has all projected forth and become what it is today. So wherever we're finding power and creating things, whether it be physical or anything else, it's moving through the space of what I would call expanding multitude of matter from the original creation when God created the heavens and the earth. And I think that music itself is something that only can be explained through supernatural and spiritual understanding, because it can fill in time with something that's beautiful. There's no animal. So people who believe, and I'm not trying to be preachy here, but if you believe in evolution and the survival of the fittest, you're not thinking of one thing that's really kind of different about what the scientists say. Because all the people throughout history that have made beautiful music, and we have a certain amount of recorded history of people who have made beautiful music, from biblical people like Solomon and King David to people that we know as musicians like Mozart and Bach and Brahms and Beethoven and Bernstein and Wynton Marsalis and, you know, the people that are even alive today. And all those people are filling time with something beautiful that cannot be explained by pure evolutionary and natural selective process. It just cannot. There's no way that being a better musician, playing the drums better in your cave, would have given you a one-up on the caveman across the way to have a natural selection for that. God says in the Bible that it is an actual spiritual gift. And I think it's his creation, and that's why there's so much music in the Bible. So I don't mean to be preachy to you, but music is awesome only because God is awesome, and I believe that God truly created music in man. And I absolutely agree. You can take music and that you can paint and fill time with it. And that's absolutely incredible. That's why when God says we're made in his image, it makes total sense. What else on earth can? There's no animal that can create music. There just isn't. Yeah, I agree, Adam. I mean, yeah. So, the funny thing is, I grew up not a believer. I was born to parents who were, they might have said they were agnostic, but they were atheists. They were not into it. And they constantly told me that I had to figure that out for myself, which I do appreciate. At least they told me that. You know, but there was no guidance. They didn't explain to me anything about God or Christ or anything like that. No way. Quite the opposite. They're very secular. So that was something I had to figure out for myself, and I still don't fully have it figured out. I think that God reveals himself through his Son and through his Spirit every day in our lives, you know, especially if we believe. And that changes and grows each day as we try to connect with him. Yeah, through friends. That's where I first started thinking about it. I saw miracles in my life. Look here, I'm doing my tuba late night stream. I'm not one to preach and talk about miracles, but I saw some miracles when I was younger that made me understand that God was real and answered my prayers. I don't know how to better explain it, other than I saw things that were inexplicable in a human way to explain them. Not everyone gets a chance to see a miracle, but I've seen several. All right. With that, my robot has died. The batteries in my battery monitors have died. And our night is winding down to an end here. Not because I don't love you, but because I have to pee. It's good to have a sense of humor. It's good to be serious. don't know what to say to all of you. I enjoy doing live streams, talking to you. Someday, if YouTube survives the terrible times that are yet to come, maybe these videos will be here for my children to see when I'm gone. They probably won't, but I'm glad to be there with the few of you who have stuck around and the few of you who might watch this later. I love you all. Peace and love in Jesus Christ. Be well. Be free. See you next time.